The danger of texting while driving is not a new subject. We are talking about this on our blog several times throughout the school year. We have gotten hundreds of comments from you. There is a new campaign through that trying to raise awareness about the issue with one question. Think about the last text you got, and then ask yourself, is worth dying for? The campaign is called Texting and Driving. It can wait. It features the final texting message that young drivers got before they died. When it came to these issues, we heard a lot of statistics. In 2008, near 6,000 people were killed in car crash that involved distracted drivers. More than 500,000 people were injured. And people under the age of 20 have the highest number of distracted drivers who were involved in fatal crashes. This new campaign is aimed at the same age group. The head of company recently spoke about how they came up with the idea. Stephen Hodges, regional director from AT&T, will ask customers at the focus group to take a look at their last text message, and I encourage everybody to go to this and really put it up and take a look at it end. Ask yourself the question, is this message so important that I would be willing to get in an accident over and potentially harm myself or others? And so, that was really the foundation of our program. And what people said it as pretty much was no. It's not. It's just not worth it. It can wait.
The danger of texting while driving is not a new subject. We have talked about this on our blog several times throughout the school year, and we have gotten hundreds of comments from you. There is a new campaign, though that's trying to raise awareness about the issue with one question. Think about the last text you got, and then ask yourself, is it worth dying for? The campaign is called Texting and Driving. It can wait. It features the final text messages that young drivers got before they died. When it comes to this issue, you have heard a lot of statistics. In 2008, nearly 6,000 people were killed in car crashes that involved a distracted driver. More than 500,000 people were injured. And the people under the age of 20 have the highest number of distracted drivers who were involved in fatal crashes. This new campaign is aimed at that same age group. The head of the company recently spoke about how they came up with the idea. Steve Hodges, regional director from AT&T, we asked customers and a focus group to take a look at their last text message. And I encourage everybody to go to do this and really pull it up and take a look at it, and ask yourself the question, is this message so important that I would be willing to get in an accident over potentially harm myself or others? And so that was really the foundation of our program. And what people said to us pretty much was no, it's not. It's just not worth it. It can wait.
Stop. The U.S. economy set a new record, but not one it wants to break about. The deficit, how much money the country owes, went up by more than 220 billion in February. That is a new one-month record. It's also the 17th month in a row that the deficit has increased. No surprise to economy experts, they had predicted the increase. One analyst said it was probably due to surprise the recession and the tax refunds. February is usually a bad month for the deficit because it's when the government starts sending people their tax refund checks. The amount of money that the government makes went up in February, so that some good news, and its spending was on the rise too. And that really helped lead to the increase in the deficit as well. For the 2010 fiscal or financial year, which started last October, the total deficit is now more than 651 billion. President Obama's administration predicts that number will hit 1.5 trillion sometime this year.
The danger of tech university while driving is not a new subject. We are talking about this on our program several times throughout the school year. We have gathered hundreds of scans from you. This is a new campaign. Lord, this is trying to raise the awareness about these issues. With the one question to think about less you got and as yourself is the worst to die for. And a company called taxing and driving, it can wait. It features the final text message let you driver get before you die. When it comes this issue, I have heard a lot of statistics. In 2010, nearly 600 people were killed in the car crash. That improved the disgruntled driver. The more than half a million people were injured, and the people under the age of 20s have the highest number in this traffic driver, who will improve the final crash. And the new campaign is implemented. This age of growth, and the head of the company recently spoke about how they count on in the idea. The Stephen Hughes resistant Protestant and he asked with the classroom and focus the group to take a look at the last message. I encourage everyone to go do this and really put it up and take a look at it. You know, ask yourself the question, is the message so important that I would be willing to get an accident over or particularly the heart of myself or others? And so, and we're reading the foundation of our program, and these people said to us much was no, it's not. It just not worth it. It can't wait.
Group of educators is making a proposal that could have a direct impact on how you learn. We are talking about academic standards. Right now, each state can write its own academic standards. But there is push for national standards means students all around the country, K to 12, will be learning the same concept at the same time. That's what this proposal is about. It's just focused on math and English, and it's nothing in stone. Individual states have to decide whether or not to adopt the new standards. Some are moving in that direction. Others are not getting involved. Texas, for example, didn't take part in the proposal because its government argued that states should decide what students learn. If these national standards do not go into effect, it could mean big changes for textbooks and the standardized tests. Okay, thank you for you.
The US economy set a new record, but not one it wants to brag about. The deficit, how much money the country owns, went by more than $220 billion in February. That's a new one-month record. That's also the 17th month in a row that the deficit has increased. No surprise, economy experts. They had predicted the increase. One analyst said it was probably due to surprise, the recession and tax refunds. February is usually the bad month for the deficit because of when the government start sending people their tax refund checks, the amount of money that the government makes went up in February, so that's some good news. But as